This dog is the result of a lion and a marmoset falling in love, or as the legend goes. So the legend goes that a lion and a marmoset fell in love, but due to the lion's size, he begged the gods to be shrunken down to the marmoset's size, which they did, but they kept his heart the same size, and their love resulted in the Pekingese. But in reality, the Pekingese, or a ancestor of it, has been around for 2,000 years. Early in their history, the Pekingese, or most likely its ancestor, were bred to look like the lion dogs that are seen around China and Chinese temples. They were bred to look like this because lions are a key point in Buddhism's story, so they wanted something similar to look like lions. So they developed dog breeds like the Lhasa Apso, the Tibetan Mastiff, and even the Pekingese to try and make them look like the lion dogs. And by the time the Tang or the Tang dynasty comes around, they are treated like true royalty. Nobody outside the imperial palace is allowed to own one or breed them. And if a commoner passes one, they have to bow just like any other royal figure. And if they were harmed or taken out of the royal palace, their punishment was very harsh, even up to death. And at some point in history, they were bred small enough to even fit in like the giant sleeves that the Chinese emperors had, and they were called sleeve Pekingese. I don't know how true this is, but that seems pretty interesting. So how did the Pekingese come to the West then? They were spoils of war for the British from the Second Opium War. They found 5 Pekingese when they looted the Summer Palace in Beijing. So those 5 Pekingese were brought back to England. One pair went to the Duchess of Wellington, the other pair went to the Duchess of Richmond, and the smallest one was given to Queen Victoria herself. And she was named Ludi, which is kind of a messed up name based on how she was acquired. They were also given the name Pekingese at this time. The Peking part is where they come from, which is Peking or Beijing as we know it. And they were given this name to show that they were more oriental or special, as they called it. So by the late 1800s, a lot of people wanted them one way or another. So the 5 that were brought back weren't able to breed and keep up for the demand. They were either smuggled out of China, or they were given to important visitors by Empress Dowager Ziji. She gifted one to Alice Roosevelt, which is Teddy Roosevelt's daughter, and her dog's name was Manchu. She could have given one to J.P. Morgan as well, but we're not really sure about that one. But he did have a love for the Pekingese. And by the turn of the century, they became a very popular dog among the wealthy in Western countries. So that's how Pekingese came from a lion and monkey to the imperial court to a spoil war to the dogs that we know today.